Hello everyone and welcome back to Nile Cruise. We're back again and we have with us today Professor Dr. Abu Bakr Bayoumy, Professor of Mathematics. Welcome with us today in our show, Dr. Abu Bakr, and we have the pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Abu Bakr Bayoumy is an Egyptian mathematician who worked as a professor of mathematics at the Department of Mathematics in many Egyptian and foreign universities. Professor Bayoumy has written dozens of scientific papers where he is best known for his pioneering and efficient work in infinite complex analysis.
Infinite dimension.
Dr. Abu Bakr, we have the pleasure to have you with us today in our show.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
And Dr. Abu Bakr will just start off explaining to the layman, our audience, just normal people, what is your field of research about?
Yeah. In fact, complex analysis, it is dealing with complex number, originally founded by physicists in 1900th century, and it was difficult because it represents square root of -1 to find. There is no idea about how to find the square root of negative numbers.
Yep.
But for positive number, for example, we can find the square root of 4. It is 2, because 2 multiplied by 2 it gives 4. The square root of 9 is 3, and so on. But square root of 1 is 1 by 1. This is equal to 1. But square root of -1, we do not know.
We don't know.
We do not know.
So the complex
started from
analysis
this.
was able to help us in that sense?
Yes.
In the minus and the negative one?
Exactly. They found many equations in physics in the lab dealing with, for example, expression, mathematical expression containing square root of -1.
Okay.
And therefore they say that, okay, real number plus real number multiplied -1, it is a complex number. And it comes the idea for many years ago, and okay, let us consider any complex number consists of real part plus real part madroof fi -1. It is
Multiplied by
-1 or I. -1 now, it is denoted now by I.
Oh, really?
Imaginary part. Okay, this is of course will be something can be represented by points in the plane X and Y, for example. And this
That's all in algebra, right?
yeah,
If I'm not mistaken.
we take the complex number and say, okay, it represents a point on the
X and Y.
real plane, X and Y, and so on.
Yep.
This was a great imagination for this number, and so on, up to now, to the very important field in the world up to today is complex analysis.
Dr. Bayoumy, how do you relate theoretical computer science to your theories in mathematics?
Exactly. These are very good questions, and we have, alhamdulillah, a department or in the Al-Azhar University. I worked after I came back from Sweden 3 years after Azhar University, and I have now, of course, 5 students. 3, they have finished their MSc in mathematics, and they like this branch, as you mentioned, how this is the application of complex analysis in theoretical computer science. For example.
Yes, if you can just give us an example.
An example, okay. For example, von Neumann is he is a mathematician who discovered computer. Okay. Also, let us start by, if we have X-rays photo, and we would like to analyze it to, for example, to see what is the heart parts of the patient and so on, or to make it black or white, it is by gamma function. To have, for example, the boundary of your faces, you use a beta function. So
and this is all, as you're saying, the complex analysis as well.
You use complex analysis nowadays in theoretical computer science.
In everyday life.
Everyday life, and of course they have been used during in the what's called Minister of Defense also. If we have a photo by the artificial moon, and then you can analyze by complex analysis.
Well, Dr. Abu Bakr, along your career in this difficult field of science, which is very hard, of course, what are the remarkable steps you have made and important stages in your academic life?
Exactly, I am very glad that Allah helped me to attack and to tackle the difficult problem in complex analysis in this field.
What drew your attention to this very difficult field?
The attention.
Yes. How did you come by about it?
I am the one who likes to see and make an interpretation and to tackle and attack any difficult problem in my field to see why it is difficult and why the other far from it. And therefore I wrote a very important book like the book of Khwarizmi, but it is in complex analysis in a difficult way. And believe me that the mathematician everywhere before I wrote my book, they could not imagine that there is this field. Or complex analysis without convex
It's really
condition.
complex as well.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Without convex condition.
Dr. Abu Bakr, compared to international universities, are Egyptian mathematicians capable of competing?
Capable of
Competing?
competing. Competition.
Competition.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean that is as I mentioned to my friends or my colleague, doctors
Or your students?
and students, we would like to make this comes as a tools of what I am working with it, how to find out international center of mathematics in some beautiful part in Egypt like Sharm el-Sheikh or Gardaqa. Because after I finished my PhD in Sweden from Uppsala University 550 years, my professor recommended me to go to the Swedish Academy of Science, to the Metaglypher Institute. It is an institute for mathematics international, and to have what we call it fellowship, 2 years more to make research. We hope to have this in Egypt. And why I have chosen these cities, Sharm el-Sheikh or Kaza, because this principally it is for the doctors recently having PhD, and instead of going abroad, we will make this institute to them
in Egypt. Okay.
And some villas for him, for researcher, and his family. Stay 1 and 2 years. Invited the professor
so that people can have fellowships from abroad to the center and start doing research in Egypt.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Dr. Abu Bakr as well. I mean, how can we deal with the challenges facing? You were just saying now the scientific research. We talked about the center. Basically, that's one of the ideas that we're trying to do. But amidst, we have limited, of course, financial resources.
Exactly.
Which is a huge challenge.
Yes.
How do you think we're going to go about this financial obstacle?
I have written in the newspaper El Gamouria that is, we would like to invite the scientists and our colleagues working with research abroad to come to Egypt to invest money in such programs and to build up such a type of institute.
Dr. Abu Bakr, there are now the launching of a very important university that's taking place now in Antara in Egypt. Is this going to help your field as a private university that's going to be in the country? Is this going to help you promote your knowledge? Is this going to be helpful?
Yes, exactly. In fact,
you know about the Sinai University?
Yes, I have visited them, and I have given to the library my books. I have 3 books. One of them, as I mentioned, Foundation of Complex Analysis. This is a reference book, but I have translated also 2 books in complex analysis, American books, into Arabic, and this have been done in Saudi Arabia, and these books now are distributed to all Arabic countries and even in the Egyptian university.
Are these private universities going to help you?
Yes. In fact, I would like to have a government university in Sinai, and because I visited Sinai several times, and I like the weather. It is wonderful, and all the people in the world knows that this is the best weather in the world. Is Sharm el-Sheikh and what you call it, El Arish, and so on. So I do recommend your idea. At least we should have one more government universities, and we have Sinai University in Arish. We would like to have another private university also This is very important. Why we leave Sinai without developing this country? It is a country, a hill country of prophets, and
Maybe this could help us you bring me to the maybe academic kind of tourism.
yes,
That would be very attractive in that sense.
exactly. So I have visited Suez Canals. This is a new project, and I talked with the people who are responsible about the projects there, and I said that please allow me to give you my experience in education in solar energy also, because I am now making or constructing a company dealing with solar energy in Egypt.
Which is what we need, the scientific research at the moment in Egypt.
Yeah, I met also some friend who is now trying to build up or open institute only taking or dealing and studying with solar energy, to have people who can working in this direction.
Dr. Abu Bakr, many youth in the secondary stage at our schools choose to join the literary department, and fewer numbers join the scientific one.
After they graduated, do you mean this?
No, in the secondary stage.
In the
secondary stage.
Secondary
Not
stage?
after graduation, yeah.
Again, is the question, please.
Okay, many students, youth, they do not choose, to make it easier for you, they don't choose the scientific section.
Yes.
They always choose the other side, because scientific sections are really difficult from their own point of view.
Exactly.
Why do they do this?
Okay. Let me see. Give me an example. I have 6 children, and they use, alhamdulillah, they entered the scientific section.
All of them?
I have 3 children. The most of them, alhamdulillah.
Because it's you.
It's probably the genes,
Like father, like
Professor.
Okay, let me see that. After they finish his study in the university, after that, for example, as a doctor, medicine, or as a pharmacy, working in the pharmacy, or veterinary, in fact, the salary, what they give them. And this is, for example, says, okay, some people says, although we need this important people, there's of course working or studying in the scientific section, what they will take as a salary or as a to build up their life, nothing. And therefore we said, okay, this like this, or let us study literature, or study account, or whatever it is. But we have to go to the study, the salaries. We have to raise it. We have to see that it gives them the rights. Otherwise, we will have a problem.
Yeah.
This big problem coming from that. We need a lot of doctor medicine, but we cannot find
But
them.
Dr. Abu Bakr, can I interrupt you and tell you that a scientific person that thinks scientifically, I don't think it's related to money issues. When I don't understand about mathematics much, and I'm never interested in mathematics. I don't think this is related to money, to the salary I get paid. I prevail in other things, but I don't prevail in mathematics. That's what I'm pinpointing. It's not the salary. Why do they leave? Maybe because it's difficult. Maybe because science is difficult. Maybe because maths is much
This
difficult.
is something else. Yes, all right. So we have several. I talked about one factor.
You talked about one factor. Yes,
but
but I think when it comes to mathematics, you need somebody that really thinks
Maybe
well.
I think